In this video, we will look at how to use multiple views. I call them views, or maybe pages, or something else. The point is, here I have two windows. Let's call each of them a view. They are currently just opened as preview from the scene builder, so there's no behavior. But instead of two windows, I would like to have a single window and then have the options to switch back and forth between each view by pressing the respective buttons. Let me just fake it by alt tapping like this. Back and forth. I hope you get the point. So how do we go about that? Well, previously I showed that fxml loader class, and you can use that anywhere in your app. So let's imagine a first crude approach. I have prepared some code here, so let's start with the run app class. Remember, the stage represents a single window. Creating more stages will open more windows, but that's not what I want in this video. I want to swap between two scenes on this single stage. So let's use our imagination for a bit here. In the first controller class, we could implement the view swapping directly in the method here. First, I would need access to the stage object. I can do that in different ways. I could create a constructor on this controller class which receives a stage object. Remember from the previous video, JavaFX requires some extra setup if you want a constructor on your controller class. I have yet to show how to do that, but for now assume it's possible. Then in the method here, I load that fxml file to get that parent object, create a new scene and put the scene onto the stage. This would work in theory, but I don't like this. I don't want my views to know about each other. If multiple views could change to the same view, I would need to duplicate this code. If I need to rename a view, I would need to update my code multiple places. If the controller for the second view is updated with a constructor requiring arguments, I would have to update my code everywhere I load the fxml file using that controller. I don't like this approach. So my proposal is to introduce a new class. This class is responsible for loading and changing views. I could call this class the view manager because it manages the views. Some of my colleagues will call it a view handler. In other frameworks I have seen it called navigation manager. The purpose of this class is to expose a static method which takes an argument indicating which view to switch to. Then I would load the fxml file and set things up as needed and change the view, meaning swapping out the scenes of the stage. The behavior or responsibility of changing views is located in a single class now. This idea is somewhat abstract and it can be implemented in many different ways. I will try to keep it simple first. Several improvements and optimizations can probably be added afterwards. So let me just create the class. In order to swap scenes, it needs a stage. It will be static. Shortly you will see why. And a static set method for the stage. And now the primary focus, a method which can load anything by just receiving a string indicating the name of the view that should be shown. The method is static for ease of access. The approach I am about to show requires that all your fxml files are located in the same folder. First I load the requested fxml file. And the load method requires me to handle an exception. We have a few options, for example showing an error message with a pop-up from the catch block like this. And let's get back to the loaded object. Put it into a new scene, putting that scene onto the stage. And for now that's actually it. It is fairly simple and you may encounter cases where this is not enough. I will dig into those cases in later videos, but let's try this out. Here is the first view controller, and in the method for navigation here, let me make a call to the view manager providing the name of the view I want to open, like this, the second view. And repeat in the second view controller. This I think is a lot simpler than where we started. Remember how I was going to load fxml files from the controllers? This could potentially have created some annoying cross-controller dependencies. Okay, last part, making it run. Here's the run app class. I need to set up the view manager, so first let's add the stage to the view manager. Then make sure it shows a view. I'll pick the first view. And finally show the stage. And running it. Now I can swap between the two views. back and forth. You may notice a detail here. All state of the views are lost when switching. By this I mean text input into the text field, or the text shown by the label. Both pieces of data disappear when I swap views. That's because whenever a view is switched, everything for that view is created new. There are ways to retain state across views. I plan on introducing that in another video. But for now, this is all I wanted to show. Thanks for watching.